Okay, so continuing on with looking at populations, let's take a moment and let's just talk about some different types of environmental resistance that can come through. And I don't mean specific types. Let's just talk about some overarching different types of resistance that can come through. We generally, any factors that limit population sizes can be broken into two big categories. The first is a dependent factor, which means that it has whatever this factor is, whatever is affecting and limiting the population growth, it actually has better effects when the population is more dense. So knowing a population density would actually help us to understand how that factor, that vector is moving through and getting from place to place. So let's just imagine them for a moment, a virus came through. Maybe in your universe it causes you to be a zombie, whatever you want to go with. But where would you rather be when that zombie virus or the virus breaks out? Would you rather be in a densely populated city, or would you rather live in a less densely populated rural area? Well, I think most people would agree that in the dense part of the cities, or just in cities in general, there's more people living more closely together, that a virus is going to pass through a lot faster because it's more likely going to come in contact with another human much more quickly. If you're living in a rural area, well, there's not as many people in that area. It's less likely that you're going to come across someone, so less likely that vector is going to spread as quickly. So this vector would be classified, this virus, and viruses in general, colds, bacteria, anything that causes you to get sick is generally considered to be a dependent factor of environmental resistance, simply because it depends on the density of the population. And I just love zombies, so it's a great example. So if you have dependent factors, then you're obviously going to have independent factors, and it's just the opposite. The density of a population doesn't make a difference about how this affects the population. So these are usually more natural disaster type things. So imagine if you had a avalanche that came through. It doesn't matter if there's 10 people or if there's 1,000 people. The avalanche is going to do its thing regardless. It's going to kill everybody. So things like wildfires moving through. Does it matter if there's 10 people or if there's 100 people? A wildfire is going to do its thing. An asteroid hitting the planet, it's going to do its thing regardless of how many people are there. So it would be an independent factor because those all would limit population growth. And so those are just different categories of environmental resistance that we can kind of put things in as they limit population growth.